Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is, will Charles Barkley get into trouble for ranking Kobe Bryant ahead of LeBron James? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, make sure you check out Dreamerspro Max, a sports community that we created, a place you can talk about basketball, chat live during games. We have that linked in the comment section, and also make sure you click the join button to become a member of the channel. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. So recently, we did a video that stirred up a lot of conversation and discussion, right? And the video was centered on some comments that Kyle Kuzma made about Kobe Bryant, right? And we did this video, we produced it, and it got a decent amount of people up in arms. So it got a lot of people, going back and forth and debating, on that video for some of the things that I said. But essentially what happened was this. SportsCenter released a stat, right, that I saw on Instagram. A stat that they released that it highlighted some freaky accomplishments that Kobe Bryant had, right? Some things I didn't even know. Right. And when I read the stat line, when I saw it before the story came out, I was like, goodness God. So I saved it. And then later I heard that Kyle Kuzma had some things to say about this particular stat line. So essentially the stat line is this. It's called SportsCenter Facts. Kobe Bryant has more 40-point games than LeBron James and Stephen Curry combined. I was like, wow. And then the stat continues. More 50-point games than Kevin Durant, Larry Bird, and LeBron James combined. And I was like, whoa. And then it finishes off with more 60-point games than Michael Jordan and LeBron James combined. And I was like, whoa. So when I saw that stat, I was like, I have to save this. Then I find out that Kyle Kuzma, as you know, who was drafted by the Lakers in 2017, but I believe he knew Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant was still in LA, the late and great Kobe Bryant. So Kobe used to attend some games here and there. And I know that he knows that he knew Kobe Bryant. And Kyle Kuzma left a comment on the picture and said, greatest ever, no question. Right? Those were the comments that he made. Now, to give his comments some context, Kyle Kuzma has pretty much been a Laker for his entire career, and he just got traded to the Washington Wizards alongside Montrezl Harrell. So they're going to be playing with the Washington Wizards, and some people took it as a shot at LeBron James, at least an indirect shot. Why? Because a lot of people seem to feel as if that LeBron James is the second best player to Michael Jordan, or in some cases the greatest player to Michael Jordan. So in that video, I came out and said, I'm going to say now, Kobe Bryant was a much better player than LeBron James, and this seems to be something that really gets some people pissed off. But I just know that. I think people that watch basketball, I think LeBron is the overall more talented player, as far as just having like raw talent, being 6'9", extremely athletic, extremely quick. These are God-given gifts, right? You don't train for that. You don't have to practice for that. These are gifts that God just gives you, right? Extreme athletic. You don't train to be tall. You just have it, right? So I think LeBron is the more talented, overall talented player. But we're talking about basketball and a skill level. I think Kobe Bryant is a better player, and he won more championships. I've noticed that championships only matter when it comes to LeBron. When it's somebody else that has more championships than LeBron, then they don't matter. This is the beauty of it all. I guess that, I could say that Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron James, right? I mean, LeBron has 4 titles, but what does it mean? What does it matter? Like if titles don't matter, right? This is the argument I get. This is a reverse argument. So anyway, I said this. I got some people pretty upset, but I really don't care because that's the reality. Then recently, I heard a sort of a snippet from an interview from Charles Barkley where he was asked about the Michael Jordan and LeBron James comparison. So before I go too far, I want you guys to take a listen to basically the segment in which he commented on this and where he said, wait a minute, Kobe Bryant is up there. So take a listen to that.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan. LeBron is amazing. What he's done in the community is amazing. The reason I give Jordan the edge, and I'm never going to say it actually, in fairness, I haven't even put LeBron past Kobe. Let's get that out the way. I want to be fair.
All right.
The reason I put Michael up there before those other guys, LeBron has stacked his teams. Let's be realistic. And
as Kevin Durant did and others have done.
And that's why
lessen their legacy?
Yes.
Russell Westbrook now on his way. It's a trade, but on his way
Yes.
to the Lakers.
So I do. Like what Giannis and Dirk Nowitzki, guys like that, especially Giannis is the perfect example. They go through the grind and to lose, which Michael did.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching that documentary, I was like, damn, I forgot how bad the Pistons beat him up. But going through that struggle, that's what separates sports. Like winning all the time, like we all want to win, but the struggle is part of your legacy. And what Giannis did this year, and what Michael doing when the Pistons beat the hell out of him for 3 or 4 straight years, and he's like, no, I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting better. That's the difference in my opinion.
Your opinion matters more than mine. But
Now, in that soundbite, Charles Barkley's question about LeBron James and Michael Jordan, he gives his analysis, but then he ultimately says, wait a minute, I can't put him ahead of Kobe Bryant. Now, this is a position that Charles Barkley has always maintained. He's like, wait a minute, I'm not doing that. Some of y'all are crazy. I'm not going to put him ahead of LeBron. Like, when did that happen? When did he pass Kobe? Right? And a lot of people feel this way. A lot of great players feel this way. And I feel the same way. I never thought he was ahead of Kobe. I never, ever thought that, right? I never thought that. Now I have LeBron in my top 5 currently, but I don't like the fact, and I said this in the previous video, I don't like the fact that he's creating so many stacked teams. I don't like that. To me, it seems anti-competitive. And I think it's Bob Costa asked him, well, Kevin Durant did it. Yeah, but it hurts everybody across the board, right? I think it's just anti-competitive in my opinion. So it's something I don't like. I think it makes the NBA predictable, and I just don't enjoy watching a predictable product. I think people want a little bit of mystery, and intrigue going into every season. We don't want to know what the conclusion of the season is going to be before it even starts. I think that's anticlimactic. So those are my thoughts on that. Now let's get to the whole Michael Jordan. Here's what happens. Here's what happened rather. I think that the whole Michael Jordan LeBron debate was it wasn't an organic debate. It was something that was manufactured by the media, whereas the Kobe Bryant and Jordan, I think, is much more organic. It's absolutely much more organic. Like, you can look at the two players and say, okay, this guy is almost as good as the other guy. In talking about Kobe to Jordan, he's almost as good as him. He's almost as accomplished as him. He's almost as respected as him. He's pretty much as feared as he is. He's pretty much as skilled as he is. So I can kind of get it. Whereas the other one didn't make any sense. I was hearing this comparison when LeBron had 3 titles. I'm like, how does this make sense to anybody listening to this, right? But apparently, that's what they tried to do. But Charles Barkley, what I like about him is he's firm in his position. He's not backing off for anyone. He doesn't, no one is gonna, put him into, put him in a corner and make him say something he doesn't believe, which is something that I really appreciate about him. That he really feels that way and he's sticking to it. And I've said it, and I'm not going to come off this position. I feel like the more vehement I am about this position, the more it tends to ruffle people's feathers. Let me just say this for the people that feel a type of way about me saying that Kobe Bryant is a much better player than LeBron James. Essentially, what you're going through is what us Kobe Bryant fans and basketball purists have been going through for the past 6 to 7, 8 years. As annoyed as it sounds to you, is the exact way we feel when we hear that nonsense said on TV. It's the exact way. I know a lot of people this is exactly how we feel when we hear this nonsense. And we've had to stomach it now for years. To me, I think it's utter nonsense that somebody would sit up there with a straight face. And then it's already bad enough that some people say LeBron is better than Kobe. But then to make an argument that he's better than Jordan is absolutely absurd. Yet and still people try to do it. Listen, in my opinion, Kawhi Leonard is the closest thing we have currently to Jordan and Kobe, right? I think when people watch Kawhi Leonard, they get a sense of nostalgia. They get a little bit nostalgic when they watch Kawhi Leonard play. Why? Because Kawhi Leonard is a hybrid between Jordan and Kobe. His game mimics them to a certain extent. Now, obviously, Kawhi did kind of train with Kobe, and he was able to pick up a lot of things from Kobe Bryant. Evidently, if you look at his moves, Kawhi Leonard has a beautiful game to watch, although he's a little bit more mechanic than Jordan and Kobe, who are a lot more fluid. But Kawhi Leonard has a beautiful game to watch. If you watch his footwork, if you watch his fundamentals, his jump shots, his fadeaways, it's beautiful. His post game, I mean, it's actually a beautiful game to watch. It's visually pleasing to look at. And I think you get some, like, style points matter, right? You get some points for style. And I think, and also, he's a winner, right? He's a winner at a high level. And some people, let me just throw this out there again. Kawhi Leonard has the highest winning percentage of any player in NBA history, I think, in the playoffs. So, So I just wanted to throw that out there. So to me, listen, I think that Charles Barkley is absolutely correct. I concur with him 100%. This has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. It's just the reality, right? Michael Jordan is not my favorite player of all time, but Jordan is the greatest. If you're not saying Jordan or Kareem, you ain't got me, right? Like, to me, I think the two greatest players in NBA history are Jordan and Kareem. Then you go down from there. Then you got Kobe and all of the others. But if you're not talking about Jordan and Kareem, you're talking about I can't take you seriously whatsoever. Like, you just on something else right there. So these are my thoughts and opinions on that. I'm happy that Charles Barkley has the courage to say it. I'm saying it here, that Kobe was the much better player. And people are going to feel the way, but that's your business, because if people like Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp and others have the right to say it, and I have every single right to say it as well. And if we have to sit up here and tolerate it and listen to them, then you got to tolerate it too. That's just how it works. That's sports. You say your piece, I say my piece. That's how it goes. So those are my thoughts and opinions. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamers Pro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.